Alright guys, welcome back to the Pocket Rainforest for this year's garden tour. Now, I've just had my open garden last weekend. It was a right success, to be fair, but it came off the back of 3 weeks of solid wind. The garden got battered. It probably looked, it was looking really dishevelled and probably the worst it's been, but everybody enjoyed it. We raised loads of money. So, yeah, let's do a garden tour. I've got my mate Raj behind the camera today filming me. So hello Raj.
Hello people.
Hello people. Right, so I think what we'll do is probably start down here. We'll make our way up the new staircase. There's a few new additions to the garden from the last open garden we did and the last garden tour. So yeah, we said in the last open garden that it was beige, it was a Mediterranean patio, it wasn't matching the jungle, so we've tried to bring the jungle down onto the patio and, you know, jungle it up a bit. Now this is more a collection of pots and things like that. One problem we did have this year was, it caught us out actually, was the size of the canopy. What happened was the garden accelerated up and it left me with a load of underplanting, which was a pain in the arse because it basically meant I had to buy new plants and pretty much start the garden again. So this is the collection of plants that we got for this year. These will be going out. Some are hardy, some are tender. But yeah, like I say, this is just a collection of pots. So these will be sorted through probably in the next week or two. Down in the southeast coast, it stays warmer than the rest of the country if we're lucky. So this is probably stay out as it is, maybe till about mid to late October. I think last year we got away with it until first week of November. The insettias came in. I have had years where it's been mid to late November where they've come in. So yeah, we'll see. You never know. Each year is different. Dahlias I'll probably be taking a lot of cuttings from the dahlias. There was a load of coleus mixed in with this, which has gone in the conservatory. I'll show you that in a bit. So yeah, Traders Camphor, Angel Wings, that'll all have to come in. Probably take cuttings from those as well. There's begonias, ricinus there. Yeah, it's a real mix. Musa sycamensis has done really well considering that's just in a pot.
Grapes done really well as well.
Grapes are amazing this year. Now I was saying to you, wouldn't I? I did buy a homemade wine making kit. But these have done all right. There's quite a few there, but if you follow me around here, you can see that under here, these ones, they're just not ripening up. And I don't think we've got enough time in the year for those to ripen. So whether or not I've got enough grapes to make even a couple of bottles of wine, we'll see. But I might still give it a go. But as I say,
there's still, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they're starting to dry out, and there's just not enough sun and heat anymore. But yeah, we'll give it a go maybe. But this one here, the Epiphyllum oxypetalum, that did really well. That flowered twice this year. When it does flower, they're about the size of a dinner plate. I'll put a picture up for you. But they only last one night. So you can see the bud forming, and it's quite a large bud. But when it flowers, you get one evening, and I missed both. Oh. so I didn't get to see it in full flower, which was a shame. But we'll try again next year. Where are we? Echiums, they went in as seedlings. They've done really well this year. I do try and grow. There's a couple in the conservatory that have been brought in. Peppers and chilies as well, just dotted in amongst the jungle. Just for a bit of colour really, and it's adds a bit more interest. There's a colocasia pink china. That's the first year I've had one of those. I've never really bothered with them because they're so common and everybody grows them. It's one that I've steered clear of. But yeah, I saw one at a garden show and a garden fair. We'll talk more about that in a bit. But yeah, I grabbed it from there. It was only a tenner. So right, this is the new staircase. This wasn't here on the last one, so this is it finished. And this is the entrance, or one of the entrances to the jungle. So I don't know if you want to follow me up.
I've got to try and do this gracefully with the camera in my hand, haven't I?
Just don't smash the camera. Welcome to the jungle. So again, this is made up of tender house plants, half hardy and full hardy. So in the next couple of weeks, this is going to be right mission, just trying to grab things in before the frosts come. Got Philodendron elegans there. Which is a really nice leaf. That will get probably twice the size of that apparently, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what that does. There's some cannas. Again, these are just like supermarket and shop bought ones where they've lost tags and they're just unnamed, so you don't really know what you're getting. But yeah, a few ferns dotted around. We've got the camouflage Patio, that was a new one in this year. That's that one there, quite a cool leaf. But because it's been such a dry year, things have just struggled. I've lost plants that were doing really well. I'm on chalk here, as I've said before, so it's so free draining. It just doesn't hold any moisture. Even though I do mulch every year and things like that, it just dries out so quickly. There's a dwarf Cavendish there doing its thing. There's a tender palm, can't remember what that's called, but that was another supermarket bargain. I paid a tenner. What else we got? I think most of the new additions this year have been houseplants and half-hardy things. It really does, when you get the tropical stuff like the caletheas and things like that. There's a caletheia there. I don't know if you can make this one out for the camera. There's a caletheia there. There's one here as well. Begonia luxurians. Yeah, it really does give that tropical vibe, more so than what the hardier stuff does. I know you can get some real cool hardy foliage plants, but yeah, the tender stuff really does give it that finish.
Yeah, it does.
Farfugium giganteum. I think there's two different forms of that. I saw that one, which is a bigger, glossier leaf, and I've got one which seems to have a smaller leaf and it's more matte. You know, more of a rusted type of leaf. So I don't know whether they're two different types or whether one's just not mature. I don't know.
It's like a mixture between leaf shape, my colocasias, but
it reminds me of a
waxiness of my Patio japonica.
It just reminds me of a beginner, which it's not necessarily a good thing, but yeah, the leaves are pretty cool. It's a good addition. Tetrapanics. These are all pups that I mentioned in the last one. They've gone crazy. I did say about removing some of these, but I think we're going to leave those in this year. Whether they get cut back or not through the winter, I don't know. They didn't last year, and the stems have started to go quite woody, so they might be alright. Obviously, this canopy up here, this is the mother Tetrapanics, and all these pups are from her. So, obviously, they're deciduous, they'll drop the leaves, so you do lose the canopy and the protection. But no, we'll see. Can you see me? There's a massive Ensete there. I will do another overwintering video for Ensetes, because that is what happens to an Ensete when they're grown in shade, and that's probably getting them, what, 10 foot, do you think? Maybe a little bit more?
Oh, yeah, I reckon.
But they obviously, the trunks stay a lot slimmer, so they're harder to overwinter. But I'll talk about that in the overwintering video. But a lot of people commented on the open garden. They asked if it was a Montbelli Ardii. So
Yeah.
grown in shade, they actually look like a more expensive type of banana when they're not. It's just a normal Ensete, which is cool.
Beautiful colours still though. Even
Yeah,
as it's going out.
it's just starting to find the sun through the canopy of the Tetrapanics, so it's just starting to pick up that red, the red on the leaves, which is nice. Right, again, this bed round here. Looking cool, isn't it? That's one of my favourite vantage points.
Yeah. It's hard to get a good shot where it's so
I've actually walked past one of my prized plants. Now
compact in here, but that
it's given the full effect.
Trachycarpus
Lovely, isn't it?
jumps out on you once you turn around, doesn't it?
Pokes you in the eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one here behind you. This was another one from Elton Plant Fair. This was bought from Philip Oostenbrink.
Yeah.
That is tender, so that will come in. But that is in a pot.
Is it?
Yeah, not that you'd know it, but trickery. Hide the pot with dead leaves.
Oh yeah.
That's a really cool plant.
This Tetrapanics here is quite
Yeah, that's a multi-stem one. So that was
camouflaged in as well, isn't
yeah,
it?
that's not a pup. That's its own individual plant. That is 2 stems. That was given to me from a job I was doing down on the marsh. That was a freebie, so that was lovely. But that was only about 2 foot when that went in the ground. Right, round here we've got Bimeria. That was also from Philip. That's sized up really nicely. Getting a nice leaf on that now. They're hardy, they'll stay out.
It's like a massive strawberry plant.
It is, isn't it?
Is it going to
I
fruit?
think they're related to the nettle family.
Is it?
Yeah. Regersia, that went in as a plug plant. That's done quite well this year. And then tender Norfolk Island pine. I think the 3 foliages together really do there's a fern sitting behind it, but it really does give that effect of lushness. If that's even a word. Let's see here. Oh, my phone. That's the canopy. I need to tip my coffee over my face then. Let me come around here. There's another few additions here. There's a Schefflerer. That's sulking a little bit, but I think that'll be fine once that roots. There's a tender ficus there, which goes right up and almost forms part of the canopy itself. But again, it's another leaf shape and another texture, which is really nice. Now if you come through here, this is the original shack. That's actually a mirror. Hello. And another giant ficus. These aren't hardy, so these will come in, but they're surprisingly tough. They do go down to about probably 5 degrees. Another recce in there. There's quite a few gaps in the garden. Like I say, I got caught out by the amount of underplanting that I would have to deal with because of the canopy shooting up. But, you know, having a canopy, it's a welcome problem to have. Should we go in the bar and have a quick look in the bar?
Yeah.
We're going to check out the star of the show in a minute. I'll just walk for a spider web. That's the bar. That's the viewing window. We did a video on that. So check back on the other ones and you can see how I was doing it and how that evolved. And that's the view we got. Bloody lovely. Right, I'll give you this camera back in a sec. And we'll go back down. That's a Ficus Audrey. Similar shape, similar leaf shape to the other one, but it's got the veins, which is quite cool. Different one as well. That's again a house plant, so that will have to come in. There's another vantage point there. Mulberry trees done really well. Quite similar leaves to that by Miria actually. But that went in as a plug plant, and that's gone up right through the canopy and up through the T-Rex. Little monkey. Right, shall we have a little walk down and see what's going on. Massive miscanthus there. I'll tell you what I do want to do. I'll show you this other miscanthus, and it's one that I found, not one I found, or found out rather, when just before the open gardens, I stripped off the lower leaves, which had died back in obviously the wind and this dry weather. But in doing that, and I didn't realise how pink they were and purple underneath this dead, which is really nice. I think next year, especially with the newer growth and the fresher canes, it really does look nice. This last year was that was all dead wood from the honeysuckle, which covers over the pond. So we cleared all that out because there was nothing living. So we just cleared out all the dead. Yeah, made some sort of, well, it's just another vantage point, another viewing area. But again, because it's all new, nothing's really been planted, nothing's doing a lot. There's a few small gap fillers, things like that, ferns and fatsias. Can't go wrong with the fatsias. There's another house plant. Federa, Raphidora. That's that other Farfugium giganteum I was talking about with the smaller leaves and the matte. They're not as gloss.
This?
No, that's a Jack Frost Brunner. This one here.
Oh, that.
That's the same. Supposed to be the same thing as that over there.
Yeah,
completely different plant, isn't it?
Totally different texture.
Yeah. So we'll follow on down here. Right, that's the end of the jungle area. Right, here's another couple of plants we got from Eltham Plant Fair. Little special one. That was my birthday present from my stepmum. Brasseopsis mitis. Get up there.
Cool soap leaf, isn't it?
It's awesome, yeah. They do as they get higher and higher because they go up to 4, 5, 6 metres. If anyone lives down in the southeast coast, go and visit Walmer Castle because Philip Easton-Brink has got the moat planted out in tropical plants. He's got an absolute huge collection of Brasseopsis and Tetrapanax. He's actually got the national collection of Tetrapanax as well. But yeah, some massive Brasseopsis. As they get bigger, the leaf form does change and it does become more of a rounded shape. So the question was asked whether if you do coppice them or pollard them, whether the leaf will revert back to like a juvenile state. Nobody knows. I don't think anyone's brave enough to cut a Brassioopsis that's got up to 3-4 metres. They're just leaving them. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see. But there's a can of Stuttgart there as well. That I did have some last year. It was brought into the conservatory with the Musa lasiacarpa. There were rhizomes in that tub, and they never came back. So they were either wintered in the conservatory. I don't know. Don't know what happened to them. But yeah, if you come around here, back to the pond area. Now, we always have problems with this pond because it's on a raised level. Behind these rocks, or fake rocks, is just horrible, horrible brick. One of the reasons why we rendered and basically painted it white, just to take away the horrible brickwork. But it kind of left us stuck with what to do with the pond. Now, the only thing I could think of was to kind of introduce the rocks, plant them out with ferns, and try and make something of the koi pond. So we built the waterfall, we installed the rocks, and we planted it up. Now, this has only been planted up 2 or 3 weeks, so hopefully, like during the winter and things like that, the moss will take over, the ferns will perk up, and it'll be a bit more of a nicer looking waterfall. But it don't look too bad. I think, like I say, it just needs a little bit of aging. See if we can get. Here he is. You're lucky that glass is clean. It's only clean probably once a year. This is my little baby. He hand feeds. You feed him from a teaspoon, so he's a cool fish. He's a chagoi if anyone's interested. They're a really friendly fish. Cool, yeah, they're Japanese. But like I say, I think they're a little bit docile. So a lot of times people put them in the pond because they're super friendly, and it kind of encourages the other fish to come up and feed and be a bit more social. So yeah.
When the kids were here on the open day last week, they were all stood around here going mad for him, weren't they?
He got absolutely, yeah. Quite a few.
He was just the star of the show.
He was star of the show, yeah, and he got fed far too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pellet was getting thrown around like it was nice sweets. But yeah, nice, cool fish.
It's been on the Rennie this week.
Yeah, probably needed to be.
Overindulged.
Right, let's go this way. Right, so like I say, this is just a start of overwintering some stuff. It's way too early to bring these things in, especially where I am. I've got a Tamarillo there, all the coleus, but I think what I'm going to do is take a load of cuttings, iracene, got blood iracene, and then the green and yellow form. This time last week we had a 11-foot python in, didn't we?
Yep.
So I've still got all the, this is
the tarpaulin still down on the floor.
With all the mulch, so we've got an absolute ton of mulch, which will be on the garden.
No bodies in there, I assure you.
No bodies, no carcasses. This is just an overflow of houseplants. Some of these are my nan's, who's recently passed, her orchids and things like that. We're trying to bring them back to life. Monstera dubia, which is getting up to size now, that's 5 foot, so that's one of my special ones. That's really nice. Philodendron JPI, which they're so fussy. I mean, but it's such a cool leaf, but they are super fussy. What's that? Euphorbia Madagascan jewel. That's another one that you don't often see. Again, a house plant. But yeah, a real cool addition to the collection. Strelitzia Nicolai. I don't know what to do with that this year because that's obviously reached capacity. So other than cut leaves off, other than cut the leaves off, I don't know. The papaya has done awful this year. I don't know whether it's because it's been too dry or what. I don't know. But looking at the photos from last year, it looks like a completely different plant. So I don't know. Maybe it just needs repotting and some fresh soil. But yeah, I'm not impressed with that one this year. She nearly went in the bin. This is just a mixture of, again, rescue plants. There was a Mahonia that was going for free on Facebook. We had to go and dig that up. That's been added. We've got the tulip tree. I think it's a linodendron, which is a really cool leaf shape. Now that'll get the size of a tree. They're absolutely massive, given half a chance. So yeah, that'd be nice if that can fill that gap there. Ferns, just a normal canna. Has another unnamed canna. I don't know, it had a really soft pink flower, but we're going to take the seeds from it and either sell some of the plants in the open garden next year or use them for ourselves. The Canthus just starting to size up. That's sulked like anything this year as well. Again, because it's been dry, too hot. But it's just, now we've had some rainfall, it's starting to look lush again and it's having another flush. So that'll look nice for and they're evergreen as well, pretty much. So that'd be nice to look at in December.
Yeah.
More miscanthus, just dyed it around. That'd be nice next year when that's clumped out a bit more. Now, should we have a look at this my prize plant?
Yeah.
Right, so this is
Let's show her.
this is the Victoria Amazonica. That's my little baby for this year. Now, this was seed grown from February. We got 6 seeds. I've got 2, managed to get 2 to germinate. One was doing all right, one was doing better than the other. The one that wasn't doing so well ended up just rotting out and dying, so we ended up with 1 plant. But this is the result. Now, I've measured this leaf today, and we are at a 3-foot leaf. Now, I did promise Dave Robinson that I'd tell him first, so I've sent him a message saying, Dave, we've got a 3-foot leaf, buddy. So yeah, super chuffed with that this year. You can see the new one unfurling, and even though there's a new one unfurling there, you've got another one coming from the surface already. So this leaf here, that will be overtaken by this one and so and so. So they overlap because they haven't got the space in the pool. You get 1 or 2 good leaves, and then that's that. But overwintering, I don't know. All the botanical gardens, they grow them as annuals and start again in January with their own seed. I don't think that plant's going to reach maturity or flower, so I'm not going to be able to germinate my own seeds. So it's either going to be a case of trying to source viable seed.
Lift that up a little bit, show him underneath. Look at that.
Savagely spiky.
Looks evil under there, doesn't it?
There's another one there that I took out last night, which give you an idea of.
There you go.
As they dry out, the spikes do soften.
Oh, it goes really weak.
Yeah, it goes really
Quite
so. It's almost
quick,
like tissue
doesn't it?
paper, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't even want to pull it off that glass. It feels like it's going to
It's going
tear
to
it
break
off.
up.
Whereas
Right.
that,
Yes.
oh God, it's so sharp.
It's like a needle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so the plans are for this. We go out here.
Oh.
You alright? Bleeding?
Yeah, I wanted to see some fish to show them. There are little fish in there.
So, yes, so because this is heated to 28, it is effectively a tropical fish tank. We have got fish in there. Whether or not you can see any or not, I don't know. They might come to the surface. But we had a problem with mosquito larvae and mosquito swarming. So I'd come in here at night to turn the lights off, and of course you'd get a face full of mosquito.
Oh yeah.
So we put the fish in there, and they've dealt with that, and that's solved the problem, which is cool. But yeah, they don't often get seen. Right, so out here, the plan. This is the front garden. The plan is to open maybe one Sunday or Saturday a month during the growing season next year. So there won't just be one one-off garden show. There'll be, 6 or 7 consistent ones during the summer. Well, I think what we're going to do is remove those fences there and come off this wall and come down to this front shed. So this here will be fence panel. That will be removed. And then this, which is what we've been clearing out this morning. This was absolutely chock-a-block. I did do a few recordings of it when we were cleaning it. My dad and my stepmom came up this morning and really helped me get cracking on it. I'll stick those up so you can see what it did look like. But yeah, this is potentially going to be the entrance to the jungle. So I intend to cut a door here so you can access it from the front garden, come in. This will be some sort of welcoming area. Yeah, might have a few ferns. I don't know. There's a lot of ideas floating around in there at the moment, but I think it'd be a good entrance. And then you follow it up, obviously, into what is the back garden. So yeah, from front to back. And also it gives me, because it's so much space, it gives me that whole area there to plant again. So I've got, a load more planting space to play with. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. I don't know how we're going to go with it or what's going to become of it. But yeah, I'm excited. So I think that's pretty much all. Yeah, that gunner, we bought that gunner, I think March, April time, and it looked absolutely stunning. We turned up in the van and it was an absolute monster. We're like, we're never going to get that in the van. And not only could we not fit it in the van, we could hardly lift it. I did do a video on it actually. There's a video if you have a look back.
It's a pretty big tub, it's in.
It's massive. I mean, I think it's 120 litres, but 120 litres of basically soaking wet compost.
Yeah.
It's a 3-4 man job. But where we moved it and it got more sun, it got scorched. Then obviously we had the high winds and it's just looking really sorry for itself. But, it's nearly the end of the year. It'll come again next year and hopefully it'll be be a little bit more settled in from where it's been put. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this year. Like I say, we're going to be doing a load more overwintering videos and things for the newbies. I know there's a lot of people message me this year about, you know, it's their first year, they've just started. How do we do this? How do we do that? So yeah, we do a lot more of the overwintering videos and a few more individual plant videos. So yeah, thanks for checking in again, guys. And any questions, give us a shout as always. I'll always try and reply to you. So yeah, thanks a lot.